Mr. Peabody? Well, what is it?
Well, actually, it's a time machine. I call it a Wayback. We just set it, turn it on, open the door, and there we are. Or were, really.
Let's take a trip on Ovide Lamontagne's education Wayback machine as he tries to take New Hampshire back in time. Let's set the Wayback machine to 1996. As the chair of the State Board of Education, Ovide Lamontagne refused federal education dollars. And guess what he said he would do if elected governor?
I'd do it again.
Now to the 1980s. Ovide Lamontagne wants to take us back to an education funding formula straight out of the 80s. This would drastically cut funding for local schools, and Ovide Lamontagne opposed fully funding this formula, calling it feel-good legislation. Now to 1979. This is the year the U.S. Department of Education was founded. Ovide wants to get rid of the Department of Education and has promised to reject federal education funding, raising property taxes in cities and towns. Now on to the 1920s. Popular pastimes include prohibition, lack of women's suffrage, and teaching creationism in schools, which is something that Ovide Lamontagne has said he supports. Finally, we arrive in 1877. I'm not even sure what was popular then. Oh, there's Ovide. He looks like he's missing something. Much better. 1877 was when New Hampshire passed its constitutional amendment barring the use of taxpayer dollars to fund religious schools. This is something that Ovide Lamontagne said just recently that he would repeal. Republicans in the legislature have already cut higher education funding in half and removed support for local school districts. So this November, when Ovide Lamontagne tries to fire up his education Wayback machine, tell him New Hampshire needs to go forwards, not backwards on education.